The vast world of theology is rife with many interpretations and sects, but many of these unique worlds share common themes and beliefs. According to the research of many old world scholars and esotericists, the universe is made up of both seen and unseen realms. Creation itself is usually represented by material objects such as a cosmic tree, mountain, egg, or the great chain of being, all being metaphors to simplify the metaphysical nature of reality. The physical universe, or the three-dimensional universe, is the lowest and densest level of reality described in theological traditions such as Hinduism, Neoplatonism, and Hermeticism. It is composed of not just normal, visible matter, but also of other substances such as dark energy and cosmological forces such as gravity. The physical plane is considered the most impure level of existence in philosophy, since it is considered the realm of pleasure or stimulation. In multiple scriptures, an esoteric barrier or veil exists that protects the physical denizens from the forces of the supernatural to a limited degree. In later occult traditions, this veil is often referred to as the etheric plane or the meta-ethereal world, and was described as dreamlike in nature and topology, though still existing below the astral plane. The inhabitants of the material plane tend to be limited by the need for sustenance and rest to function for extended periods of time, and will eventually die, their spirit moving on to reincarnate and restart the cycle. These beings are usually referred to as mortals and generally include humans, monstrous beasts, the undead, and in later UFO traditions, various alien races such as the Greys and the Pleiadians. The astral plane exists above the three-dimensional physical plane, but below the four-dimensional causal plane. This twilight realm is considered to be malleable, a level of reality that is affected by one's dreams and hopes. This almost formless, fluid nature is likely why it's often described as being vastly larger than the physical realm, as the laws of physics hold little power within it. Strange planetary bodies and stars float within its timeless vaults, each one stranger than the last. When a mortal dies, their astral body must cross the astral world before they reincarnate into a physical reality once again. The realm and its processes have been of great interest to various ancient occultists and schools of thought, such as the Kabbalists, alchemists, and the Christian sect of Rosicrucianism. These groups studied the astral vehicle extensively and believed that through dreams, projection, or meditation, the astral realm could be traversed by mortals. The denizens of the astral plane are as varied and strange as the plane they inhabit. Often called spirits or intelligences, these creatures are capable of taking the most glorious or terrible forms, as they are more like sentient energy than actual living creatures. Many of those who have crossed the gulf between the physical and the astral tell warnings of the folk within, who are often deceptively powerful and more dangerous than they let on. However, they are not invincible, still requiring some form of sustenance to keep them from withering away. They may either produce their own strange food, which often possesses supernatural qualities, or take to devouring souls, feeding with the energy of mortal life. The causal plane or mental plane is one that transcends the three standard dimensions of physical reality, existing in a state that transcends time and space, known as the fourth dimension. This phenomenon is seen as the concept of transcendence, in which gods are described as existing outside all physical laws. Those that occupy this level of reality, or those above it, are treated with the utmost respect. It is the level of reality where concepts are born and ideas and truths take shape and may be considered transdimensional, encapsulating both space, or material reality, and time, or conceptual reality, as one unit. As such, language is vacant on this level, where one's thoughts are transmitted instantly without any need of words to convey them. As the reality level pertaining to the overmind, it is seen as the location of the Akashic records, the almighty collection of spiritual knowledge pulled from all of reality that trickles down to the physical world. Gods or divine spirits are the primary occupants of this plane, and it is often referred to as heaven, the realm of the gods. This is especially true in Hindu cosmology, where it is described as the highest of heavenly regions, the foundation of all reality, and the source of all visions. It is further broken down into various dimensional layers, especially in esoteric traditions such as theosophy. The multiverse refers to the collection of infinite parallel universes alongside our own. It's another layer of the causal plane and a popular concept in theology. It's the pinnacle of four-dimensional existence and can be considered the middle layer of the reality levels, where the knowledge and experience of various universes flow together towards the center. As such, it can be seen as synonymous with the Akashic plane, which is also seen as the central layer of the planes. The higher or upper multiverse essentially refers to structures or entities pertaining to the fifth and sixth dimensions. Its application in theology can be seen as more recent, with the most prevalent example being the initiation system in theosophy, in which the fifth and sixth initiations allow the practitioner to dwell in the fifth and sixth dimensions of existence respectively. Outside of the beliefs of the theosophy, the higher dimensions are present in various works of esotericism, as well as in most UFO religions. Above the high multiverse, the more complex multiverse refers to any structure that is 7 to 9 dimensional in nature. Like the previous level of existence, theosophy states that initiates of the 7th to 9th level dwell on the 7th and 9th dimensions respectively. A high complex multiverse refers to a structure that is 10 to 11 dimensional in nature. In the doctrines of theosophy, the 10th and 11th initiations allow one to dwell in the 10th and 11th dimensions respectively. The hyperplane, hyperverse, or monadic plane refers to any structure that is 12-dimensional or above. In esoteric cosmology, it is likened to the quantum superstring and said to be enclosing and interpreting grosser hyperplanes with no currently known limitations, having infinite layers of countably infinite dimensions, and can be seen as the supreme membrane of existence, containing everything within itself whilst keeping out the primordial void, also known as nothingness. It is strongly associated with modern movements such as quantum mysticism, but has some ancient roots. It is described as the oversoul, or plane of unity, where the ego dies and transcending it is the primary goal of most human occult pursuits. The world tree in various religions is seen as the axis of creation and is typically associated with the monadic plane, as it acts as a cosmic barrier between the created world of order and the uncreated world of chaos. The Logoic or divine plane is a level of reality that exists wholly outside the limits of dimensional existence, and the stage at which the ultimate reality is both achieved and understood by transcendent beings. It is described as a space outside space and time outside time. Pandimensionality is a term often used in occult circles for such a plane of existence. The term fuses the prefix pan, meaning all or uncountable, and dimension, referring to non-linear realms without spatial or temporal attributes whatsoever. The most famous old world studies pertaining to this level of existence can be attributed to Plato and his theory of forms, which has resulted in many referring to such domains as the Platonic realms. These realms and their inhabitants rarely interact with lower beings personally, if at all, and as referred to in Platonism, are more like sentient ideas than actual beings or living creatures, very much like the causal and monadic planes. It is said that all souls are created on the divine plane before descending to the lower worlds, but have the potential to work their way back. Progenitors and powerful primordial beings occupy this level of existence, feared and venerated as godlike even by the races descended from them. The structure known as the world egg or cosmic egg is associated with the overall plane, as it is usually the seed of chaos from which the rest of existence was born. The upper pan-dimensional realm is the pinnacle of existence and the closest state to true perfection one may achieve. Only the most gifted of souls may open up a connection to the Absolute and achieve complete unity with God. Its inhabitants are viewed as gods by other pan-dimensional beings and are essentially demiurges that govern entire concepts and realities, capable of shaping the very primordial void they reside in. They treat their realms as extensions of themselves rather than merely their abodes. In Rosicrucian teachings, Christ himself dwelt in the highest reaches of the divine plane after his death. Also called true abstraction or absolute existence, the ultimate reality, and many other names. The Absolute is both an entity, a state, and anything else one can think of. It's at this level of creation that the being that various cultures know as God resides, acting as the pure canvas of all of existence, known and unknown. Many interesting concepts seek to describe this state, if only slightly, such as the concept of Tzimtzum in the text of Kabbalah. The closest scientific counterpart is referred to as the omega point theory by the physicist Frank Tipler, which proposes that all matter in the universe will eventually unify in an infinite and all-knowing point at the end of a closed universe model. The theory was actually first proposed by a Catholic priest called Pierre Teilhard. Any who ascend to this realm surrender their individuality and become nothing more than an infinitesimally small facet of the being known as God. For example, the Dharmakaya body of Buddhas is compared to the Nirguna Brahman, as it is seen as truly becoming one with the ultimate reality by surrendering every shred of their sense of self to the disillusioned body, as opposed to the Sambhogakaya body, which is Logoic and still possesses agency and qualities. I know that the talk of dimensions and whatnot can get confusing, so please feel free to ask any questions below, and rest easy knowing that the research involved in the explanation was grounded primarily in theology rather than the infamous Turing system, which I did borrow some terms from. Thanks for watching and have a great day.